Hey everyone, Mo here, and before the video begins, I just want to let you guys know that my schedule has opened up for me to do coaching again. So if you're interested in private one-on-one coaching for me to help you, whether you're a newer player and you want to excel at the game very quickly and learn the fundamentals without developing any bad habits early, or if you're an experienced player who's already maybe platinum or diamond in your top 1%, but you need some help filling in the gap to get you to that 0.01%, to make you just some of the best, then hit me up on Discord and I can get you in some private one-on-one coaching lessons to help you polish up any skills you want to refine and help you learn all of the secrets to becoming a top player. That's it. I hope you enjoy the video.
Hey everybody, Mo here, and today I'm bringing you guys a deck guide for dummies on the Viktor Lee Sin deck. I put up a poll over on my Twitter asking you guys what was the what deck did you most want to see a deck guide for dummies on this week, and Viktor Lee Sin won the poll. So if you want to have a say and try and figure out or help me figure out what decks to make, if I get a bunch of requests, I'm trying to narrow it down. Make sure to go follow me on Twitter and join my Discord so you can vote in these polls and get your voice heard. And hopefully I can get around to making a deck guide for all of the decks on there. So I'll get to your deck eventually. But if you want your deck faster, go to the polls and vote for the just go follow me on Twitter and shit. So today we're going over Viktor Lee Sin. So I played this deck a lot. I really like it. This is actually my favorite Lee Sin deck right now, and it's actually my favorite Viktor deck. I like Viktor Lee Sin more than I like Viktor Ribbon, personally, because you still have the combo essence of like, oh, me play Viktor, and I also have Lee Sin, and I also have Ballistic Bot and Ambush, and you still have like your Ambush OTKs and stuff like that. But you also just have more control over the game. You have more agency. You play things like Deny, Concussive Palm. You have like Eye of the Dragons. You have removal spells with like Mystic Shot. You have a lot more ways to actually interact with your opponent and try and stop them from comboing, as well as you have ways to stop your opponent from stopping you to combo. You know, you play the denies, you play your own Conk Palms, you play things like that. If you want to, you can add an Aftershock to try and make the Mono Shurima matchup a little bit better. Stuff like that. So that's why I personally like this game, because I like having a little bit more agency over my opponent. I like to be able to interact with them and say like, hey, you know, I'm going to stop you from doing what you want and kind of like skill diff you a little bit. And that's why I like this deck. And it's not the easiest deck to play, so I've heard people say, so I decided to make an in-depth deck guide. So here, first part of this deck guide is I'm going to go over all the cards in the deck, kind of like what their function is, what their function serves in the deck. I'm going to go over a quick Mulligan guide on the deck, what you want to look for in Mulligan, which I think is probably the most important thing of any deck guide. And then I'm going to show you guys a bunch of games that I played with the deck to kind of show how I end up playing the deck and what to do with a lot of the cards given to you. So we'll start at the top and go all the way to the bottom. So Poro Cannon, 0 mana spell, which is good if you need, you know, a spell for Lee Sin and stuff like that, as well as it just makes you 2 Poros. I think by now everyone has learned that elusive is a broken keyword. 1-drop elusive units are pretty broken. So Poro Cannon's basically put in every single PNZ deck at the moment. You can use these as a way to stop your opponent's ambush OTKs. Like if you think your opponent is going to have some cheeky ambush combo on you, good thing for you is you play Poros, so you'll be able to have elusive blockers to not get killed that way, obviously unless they have like Overwhelm or something. But this can help you prevent your opponent from killing you with elusive units. Ambush, this is a cheeky way a lot of people have been using this lately and realize, hey, this ambush card pretty good. It gives a unit elusive for the round. And this is a way to get easy kills with like Viktor or even like really big ballistic bots, is you eventually just say like, okay, it's in the late game, my Viktor has like 9 power, my Ballistic Bot has like 9 power. I'm just going to ambush one of them, make it an 11 attack elusive unit, and just say, hey, opponent, you can't deal with this. Sometimes you put this on like a spell shielded Viktor, boom, no one can interact with your Viktor now. You have it with like Deny backup, and if anyone tries like Vengeance your Viktor, Concussive Palm, and anything like that, then now you have Deny backup. It's a very good way to kind of cheese kills, and you're mainly just using it on Ballistic Bot or Viktor, but sometimes you can use it on Lee Sin just as a way to get 2 more damage. It effectively does the same amount of damage as a Twin Disciplines does now after the nerf. So Lee Sin, if you need to pump it for 2 extra damage that way. There you go. You can also just use it as a 2 damage buff spell if you need to block Fearsome with like one of your Dragonlings. If you want your Dragonlings to just heal you for more, you can ambush it, stuff like that. But the main use is just going to be on your Ballistic Bots or the Viktor to try to get a nice cheeky kill. Ballistic Bot and Calculated Creations is in here to get you more Ballistic Bots. Ballistic Bot is just a very, very strong unit. It's a really premium stat line of 1-3 that just gets bigger, so it's usually like a 2 mana 2-3, 3-3, 4-3, 5-3. It gets really big in power and creates you an Ignition in hand. This create is it's a created card, the Ignition, so it helps level up your Viktor really quickly. 2, it's a really cheap spell, so it helps trigger your Eye of the Dragon really easily. And 3, it creates a card in your hand, so it makes Ambush active. If you have a Victor or a Ballistic Bot, then Ambush will always be active. And that's really neat. It's just a nice way to sit there and do little like burn damage over time. A lot of times Ballistic Bot turns into this 2 mana, like it's just gonna sit and play, burn your opponent quite a bit with the ignitions, and then eventually you just go, okay, ambush on it, kill you with my 2-drop. Again, Calculated Creation is just in here to find more Ballistic Bots. Eye of the Dragon is your biggest anti-aggro tool. You play Eye of the Dragon. Everyone knows what Eye of the Dragon does by this point. It makes a Dragonling if you've summoned 2 or more spells in the last round. If you pair Eye of the Dragon with Ballistic Bot, it's usually super easy to trigger your Eye of the Dragon. It's just you play the Ignition from Ballistic Bot, and then you play any other spell, and then boom, there you go, you have an Eye of the Dragon. Nutcase scenarios, you have 2 Ballistic Bots and an Eye of the Dragon in play, because then you literally are just given free spells to play and get your Eye of the Dragon or your Dragonling. So this is mainly you only want this against like aggro. Mystic Shot is both used as removal spells and like burn damage towards the end. Most of the time it's just used to control the board. Just very generic, good to do damage to anything. Time Trick, this is your card draw. Time Trick is very good. It lets you predict, so you get to look at 3 options, and then you can choose to draw one of those 3 options, or if you don't like those, you can draw from a 4th option if you click the skip button. So it's just a nice way to refill your hand, really cheap. It's a good way to activate like Ambush, stuff like that. It's a very cheap spell for things like Eye of the Dragon as well as Lee Sin. Twin Disciplines is a very good save spell still. It did get nerfed, so it doesn't give 3 attack anymore, but it does still give 3 HP, which is probably the more important thing, because it'll help your Victor from dying to like other Victors that have Challenger, or it'll keep your like Ballistic Bot from dying to Get Excited. Same with Eye of the Dragon. Same to keep your like Lee Sin from dying, or you can use it to give your Lee Sin more damage, so he can OTK more. Twin Disciplines just all around. Most of the time you're going to be using this to keep your units alive, but sometimes you can use it to push extra damage. Station Archivist is a very good card as far as to keep you topped off as far as spells go in your hand. So you can play like Station Archivist and just get immediate value out of it. You get to play your spells twice. If you Station Archivist into like a Deep Meditation, you get to draw 4 spells, and Station Archivist doesn't shuffle the spells away or anything like that. So if you play Station Archivist, you see you have a Deep Med on top of your deck, you pick it, you play Deep Med. That Deep Med that you saw from the Archivist is going to stay on top of your deck. So you are likely going to draw a Deep Meditation again within the next, or you're not likely, you are going to draw a Deep Meditation within the next 5 turns, because you know it's in the top 5 cards of your deck. So it's just a good way to generate more value and have more spells and more cards in your hand. 4 is Concussive Palm. This is a very good anti-combo piece. Your opponent tries to attack you with a 2020 Riven, 2020 Victor. We're in a very big combo state in LOR. It's very much have your combo go off or stop your opponent's combo, and that's kind of like the 2 decks that are being played right now. Is you have these like really heavy combo decks, and that's your like your Rivens, your Vi's, your Victors, your Rumbles, your Shurima, like these like all-in combo decks. Like Echo Zillion, and then you have all the decks that are trying to stop the combo, and these are your Feel the Rush, your Darkness, your Caitlyn Ezreal, your decks that are trying to like be anti-combo. So Concussive Palm helps you be anti-combo in your combo deck, and that's always great. That's what a lot of people are playing things like. In Shurima, a lot of Shurima decks are playing, what is it? I can't think of the name now, but it's the new spell that just got buffed in Shurima that basically takes away keywords from your opponent's unit. So even if you're in a combo deck like Echo Zillion, people are still playing that card because it just stops your opponent, your combo opponent, from comboing you and allows you to combo off first. And that's basically what Concussive Palm does. Is Concussive Palm allows you to stop your opponent from comboing so you can try and combo off first. Deny, same thing. It stops your opponent from trying to kill your combo pieces, as well as Deny can stop your opponent's combo pieces sometimes. It can stop the Lee Sin kicks, it can stop Feel the Rush, it can stop your opponent Concussive Palms, it can stop Echo rallies from Echo Zillion, stuff like that. Spirit's Refuge, again, anti-aggro tool, plus a nice quick barrier for things like Victor. Sometimes you just need to gain 50 life with a really, really big Victor that hasn't rolled lifesteal yet. Here you go. That's why it's a 1-of, because it's just in very specific matchups, but if you do draw it in those matchups, you typically win the game. Of course, 3 Victor, very solid card. After the buff, you have 0-mana Hexcore Augment. You just get a new keyword. This card is basically just better Pantheon at this point. Making the Hexcore upgrade cost 0 was very interesting. It was a very, very good buff. Obviously, anything that costs 0 has the potential to be really strong. I mean, you guys all remember the last champion we had that created 0-mana spells, Kinnan. And we saw how that meta turned out. So it's not surprising at all that Viktor is extremely being played a whole lot after he got buffed, because yes, being able to go, okay, 4 mana Viktor on 4 into Hex Core upgrade is an extremely strong line of play and is very hard to deal with. Deep Meditation to just refill your hand with more spells and to keep your engine going and to keep flowing, keep triggering your Eye of the Dragons, trigger your Lee Sins, maybe draw into that ambush, stuff like that. And of course Lee Sin, and that's the biggest question I get in this deck, is why do you play Lee Sin over Vi? And the answer is because if you don't have Vi in your opening hand or don't have Vi early on, Vi is going to be pretty useless. Basically, imagine whenever you draw Vi, she's not going to be useful for another like 2 or 3 turns. Lee Sin is not like that. If you draw Lee Sin on turn 10, guess what? He's still doing 4 face damage, he's killing a unit, or he's recalling an enemy unit that's really big and like kind of, you know, bouncing the threat back to your opponent's hand. Whereas if you just draw Vi on turn 10, you kind of just have a 2-4 tough challenger, and at that point in the game, it's not very good. Plus, if you're playing in tournaments and you're playing a competitive lineup anyways, you're probably wanting to play Vi in a different deck. Aphelios Vi Zoe is my go-to at the moment. That is much more useful for Vi than to be in this deck when Lee Sin can just do her job better. Lee Sin can still come down as an early challenger unit to clear the board and take control that way, but also Lee Sin is better off in the late game to still be a nice little, you know, 4 points. It's like a decimate. It's like a Flame Tongue Kavu, if any of you guys play Magic the Gathering. He just comes down, he deals 4 damage to a unit, and then also 4 damage to the enemy face, like all, you know, every single turn consistently, whereas Vi doesn't really do that. And that's why I play Lee Sin over Vi. That's why I like the Lee Sin version. So that's why every card is in the deck. And so now we're going to go over General Mulligan Guide, and it's very simple. Your Mulligan Guide, you're basically just wanting Ballistic Bot and Viktor. That's really it. If you're against control, you really want Ballistic Bot. You really want Ballistic Bot and Viktor. Like, you literally just hard mulligan for Ballistic Bot and Viktor. If you're against control decks that are weak to deny, these are going to be like Field Rush style decks or decks that can only remove Viktor with like a Vengeance or something like that. Then you can keep a Deny to stop their really big spells. You can kind of blow them out that way. But for the most part against control, you really just want Viktor and Ballistic Bot. Obviously, Calculated Creations is a Ballistic Bot, so that works. These cards are very hard for control decks to deal with. If you're against aggro, you really want Eye of the Dragon, maybe a Mystic Shot to deal with early units. You're going to want a Poro Cannon to have many blockers and Ballistic Bot. So Ballistic Bot, Eye of the Dragon, Mystic Shot, and then I wouldn't keep Spirit's Refuge in my opening hand against aggro, because against aggro, your game plan is basically just run them out of cards. So you're going to want early game units like Ballistic Bot, Poro Cannon, Eye of the Dragon to be able to block with them early, and then do things like Mystic Shot to kind of remove any of their units kind of towards the mid game. And against other mid-range decks, you really just want Viktor, Lee Sin, and again, Ballistic Bot. You always want Ballistic Bot in your opening hand. That way, you can kind of take control of the mid-game with this Viktor. It's really big, has a bunch of keywords. Lee Sin is really good in the mid-game here because, again, start removing units starting as early as turn 5 and take board control that way. And then you're probably going to want Concussive Palm, something along that line. If you're against like very combo-heavy deck, like the decks that are trying to OTK you, kill you in 1 turn, these are your like Viktor decks, other Riven decks, Vi decks, Rumble decks, Fizz decks, stuff like that. You're going to want probably Concussive Palm, so that way you're not worried ever about just your opponent going, you know what, I'm a noob, and I'm just going to say, fuck it, if they have it, they have it. Spell, attack you with a 2020 Riven. You could just say, okay, well, I do have it, here's Concussive Palm. And that's really, really strong, and usually those decks only have like 1 really big turn, so they only have like 1 turn where they're actually allowed to go like all in, and then might, and then do all this other crazy stuff, and then that's the turn where you just go, okay, Concussive Palm, stop you from killing me, and then you turn around and go like, okay, but also ambush my own Viktor, hit you for 20. That's typically how the combo matchup plays out. So there was your why every card is in the deck and what function it serves. Here's your how to mulligan against each archetype. And now I'm just going to show you some of the games I played on the deck. I really enjoy this deck. I think it's really good. I'm actually considering bringing it in all of my tournament lineups at the moment because I think it's very, very solid. So I hope you guys enjoyed the deck guide. I hope you guys enjoyed this early portion. If you have any feedback for my deck guides, because I want these in depth and I want these to be competitive. I know not all my content is going to be competitive, and I understand if you're not into that. But if for the people that are into competitive LOR and you do want things like this to help you climb ladder or help you prepare for tournaments, let me know in the comments down below, or feel free to send me a DM if you don't want it public. Just let me know what I can do better in these to kind of make the experience easier to learn and easier to retain and stuff like that. But that's going to be it for the talking portion. I hope you guys enjoy the games. Make sure to leave a subscribe and comment down below on any video you want to see in the future. If you want a deck guide on another deck, or again, more feedback, let me know there. Subscribe so you don't miss a video, join my Discord, all that jazz, and I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. On turn 1, because it won't even matter to you. You have no idea what the deck game state's gonna look like in, 7 turns. Karima! This matchup is horrible, by the way. Like, actual dog shit. This matchup is, like, beyond horrible. I should have attacked for one. Oops. Who those who listen? If you want to live. Alright. Alright, Viktor Inator. Show me your goodies. And got furry. Sick. Easy. Yeah, this matchup is like super bad unless you just high roll the elusive scout early. Your card's kind of just like, you have no interaction with this and they kind of just kill you with this. That's fine. I was gonna say I'll just never play a unit again, but I kind of get auto units from my Eye of the Dragon, so I might as well just play units. Got Spell Shield? Well, that's not very cool. Soothsayer. Okay. So what I'm hearing is this guy is very close to winning the game. Elusive Scout, Spell Shield, Easy Clap. Yeah. Oh, about that one. I don't think I played Thermogen or anything. I don't have a way to actually remove this. I can draw another Viktor and remove that, but probably not worth it. Let's see. Oh, okay. We're nuts. Hey. Alright, I think I actually just like... I'll get a good keyword, trust. Elusive, see? Free. Wait, the spell shield is kind of broken because now I can't get quicksanded unless he has like double quicksand or something. A 0 level. So basically if he draws Xerath, I'm just screwed. Viktor Aphelios or Viktor Riven? I mean, I think Vizoia Aphelios is better than Viktor Aphelios. I don't quite think they're the same. Just do this, I guess. Okay. Let me just do this. Keep my ballistic bot alive. Here. You're at 9. TP Sag, if only I had Scout. Okay, so your Xerath is leveled. Very cool. We just have to hope to not die. I have the Xerath. Very cool. We have deny. We have deny plus barrier and stuff, so we can hope that that gets us there. We have elusive on our Viktor, so there's a chance that our Viktor gets there. We might still kill him just thanks to elusive, unless he has like double the sand card. Cage. Level up our Viktor. I think Viktor Ribbon is better than Viktor Aphelios, but I think Aphelios Vi Zoe is better than both of those. I think Aphelios Vi Zoe is probably the best Aphelios deck. Order? Oh, I thought I clicked Hex Core upgrade. I just clicked the wrong button. I very much meant to Hex Core upgrade there. Also, I really think I need to keep as many units alive as possible. This deck doesn't play elusives, right? But yeah, obviously I meant to like do this one first. I'm just talking to chat and playing at the same time as not the E. Okay, we're just gonna deny that so we don't get quicksanded. Got him. I think. Nice. Very cool. Very cool Mono Shurima. Bow, bow, bow. Viktor Runeterra! Remove a tool plus decimate. Yes, exactly. If it's something is too big and scary, you bounce it back to their hand and deal 4 damage. If it's small enough, you like other people's Victors or Aphelios's or something, you bounce it back, you kill it and deal 4 damage. Exactly, Cup. Cup, I want you to know how much I hyped you up. That entire cast, I hope you understand how much I tried to hype you up for that fight night. Oh, get a life. Wait, you're calling striking that one? Yeah, I'll get my spell out of it at least. And trade in with your 2/2. Bum, 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 ba-dun, dun, dun, dun. I wish I had a good answer to this card, but I do not. I think I legit have to play Eye of the Dragon here instead of Viktor, just so I can start gaining life. The following turn, because I'm about to start taking so much damage. I lose to like Flock. Here we can put him out a fork and make him choose which one to save. Or choose which one to kill, I mean. I probably should have done this first, actually. This was pretty silly of me. Alright, you kill the ballistic bot. Cage. Yeah, even from the start, they were like, okay, who do you guys want to watch, like, round 1? And I was like, if Cup is Mine brought Lulu Ari, I want to watch Cup is Mine. I was like, a guy's nuts on Lulu Ari, we should watch him. Like... The whole time, bro. I was like, yeah, Cup is mine. We got Cup is mine. That guy's good. Cup is mine good. Block Victor Flock? Block Flock? Sure. I think I'm down to Mystic Shot you just to get my Dragonling and save some mana. I don't need Deny this turn unless they do like Mystic Shock Flock or something on my Victor. Sorry about that for 3. Okay. So we have Deny for Tri-Beam basically. And we're chillin'. We're big chillin'. Alright, his base. You're like you're trying to tell me to just play Yaya. I told him to shove it. Yeah, it's good. I agree. Big agreed. You do have Flock. What a fucking bloody nerd. Do you have double fluke? If you have double Flock, you're just better. You're just a better gamer. I probably should have time tricked for like a... that was probably a misplay. I was probably supposed to time trick for a, whatever it's called. For a twin. Because now I don't have Deny for, Tri-Beam. Dang, I was hoping to roll a Spell Shield a second time. Yeah, I'm pretty dumb. Alright, let's see if we can find it here. Deny? No. How much is this Tri-Beam hitting me for? 5? So we keep it alive. And so let's see if maybe we high roll a Deny here. No, okay. Cage. Do this. We get like Scorched or some shit. Oh, no Scorch. Okay. Boss champ. This guy super low rolled his 5-drop. Super low rolled his 5-drop. Okay, we got our Victor level. But yeah, though they didn't find Flock or something. Flock or Scorch. Please get... Can I get Spell Shield again? Like, if I got it once and lost it, can I get it again? Oh, he found Scorched. Edge. And... Okay, so it also means they have a Scorch coming up, so I just can't let him damage any of my units. Okay. We just do this. Hello, what's up, Lamplighter? How you doing? Oh, Lee Sin, don't mind if I do. Feel like if I can't do this, I can't do this. Kick that thing in the hand, away we kill it. What do you mean? Doom Goober? What do you mean? Oh, we're nuts. No! Oh, okay. That's fine. They're so mad. I know one card in their hand is a Scorched. Oh god, that's not good. Really threw there? How did I throw? What would I have done? What would you have done differently, Adams? Z-Pep. Ambush would be good if they just didn't have Israel. I think it's ballistic bot. Alright, let's see what you got for me. Here we block. You can't kick the thing early. Can't get 6 attacks, you don't give it to him, so top deck saved it. Well, I mean, I would have kicked it anyways. If you don't think doing 4 damage is worth him invoking some random garbage, then you're kind of silly. I 100% would have kicked him there either way. I would have said, fuck you, I'm kicking you. Beam, nope. Oh, I should have conk palmed on the stack. Okay. I should have conk palmed on the stack and he was like for sure dead. I don't give a fuck if he invokes there. He's invoking a random ass card. Do you guys have any idea how many of these invoke cards suck ass?